want to tell the story really quickly about Landers because I'm sitting there thinking he'd be hurt if I didn't. And I was in the rooms with Landers for years and years. We've sat together and things, but that's not how we connected. We didn't connect as gay people, and we didn't connect as alcoholics. He and I always connected about acting. From the very beginning, he let me know that he was an actor. I'm a director, and he wanted to talk about acting, he wanted to talk about movies. We never got enough time to do it, but we took every second that we had, right? And he always wanted to work together, and I did not know, I'd never seen him. Many of you know him as an actor much better than I do. But I believed that he was talented, no question about that, right? So a few years ago, we got an opportunity. A lot of the folks around here know that we did this play, an adaptation of Gone with the Wind called Gone with the Gin. And I wanted all the roles to be cross-gendered, and so obviously I went to Landers because he was the perfect mammy, right? We almost couldn't do the show without Landers. Once I had that in my head, I'm like, no, it has to be Landers. It has to be Landers. Landers has to play mammy. And he said, yes, but I don't have, I told him the rehearsal schedule, and he worked during all the rehearsals. And I was like, well, okay, get 2 days off right before we open, before we do our one performance. 2 days off, and we'll get you 2 rehearsals. And make sure that you know all your lines, because all we're going to have time to do is block you into the scenes, right? And we won't really be able to rehearse the actual performance, but that's okay, because it'll be you. And he was willing to do that. So, and he did, and by the way, he did. He showed up and he knew all his lines, right? And we blocked him in, and everyone was always already ready for this. The cast knew, it was a big cast, and they all knew that we only had Landers like twice, maybe 3 times max before the show. And I staged this moment. He was supposed to say a line off stage and then come in and stop. And then do the rest of the scene. And the rest of the scene was really difficult because Scarlett was tied to a post, and he was the only one that could move. Right? And so that meant he had to make the scene work. It would be a disaster if it wasn't for him. So he busted his ass. We worked really hard. He was sweating. It was hot. It was amazing. And he was awesome, right? But then for the next, whatever it was, 2 weeks, he would come to me and call me. He was like, I don't want to stop there. I don't want to do that. Why are you making me do that? I don't want to stop there. And I'm like thinking to myself, because they're gonna explode when you come out. This is gold for me. It's going to be, a minute-long applause. But he didn't believe that. He didn't believe that. He was like, no, they're just going to sit there. It'll be like an elevator in there. And I'm like, no, just come out and say your line and then stop. Just stand there. Just stand there. And then go do the rest of the scene. So I wasn't budging. And the night came, there's 200-300 people in the room. It's kind of a big audience, right? And play's going on, it's about 5 minutes in, and we hear his voice off stage, and then he comes in, and he says his line, and the room just blew up. It just blew up. Everybody was like, yay! For a full, well, as long as you want them to do it, that's how long they did it. And I wanted to share that with you guys who didn't see it that night, who love Landers. Because that's, something he would have, he was a really good actor. He was a really, really good actor. He prepared, he worked hard, and he lived his life that way, I think. We weren't really close, but what I observed of him is that he was a really loving man, and he took his life, took his craft seriously, his craft of being Landers. He took that seriously, and we got to see that night. So I just want to share that with you guys.